Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are diving into a skill that can honestly be a game changer for your career: diplomatic language. We're going to talk about how to take those conversations you dread, you know the ones, delivering bad news, making a tricky request, and turn them into smooth, productive wins. Just think about it for a second. We've all been there, right? You get that pit in your stomach because you have to say something you know the other person is not going to want to hear. Well, how you say it can be the difference between a little speed bump and a full-blown professional disaster. And look at this, the difference is night and day. On the left, I have to cancel the meeting. It's so abrupt, almost like an order. But then look at the right. Just by adding two simple words, "I'm afraid," the entire tone shifts. It's not a harsh command anymore, it's a considerate message. That tiny little change, that's the magic of diplomacy right there. So here's our game plan for today. We'll kick things off with why being too direct can seriously backfire. Then we'll talk about diplomacy as a strategic tool. After that, the fun part. We'll open up the toolkit with actual phrases you can start using. We'll even look at an advanced move called hedging before we wrap it all up. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the real damage that being too blunt can do. I mean, language that's just too direct can easily come across as aggressive, especially in work cultures that really value politeness. And this isn't just about someone's feelings getting hurt. It's about chipping away at the trust you need to get anything done. If your team starts holding back because they're afraid of a harsh response, well, that's how projects fail. It's a huge deal. So if being blunt is a liability, then diplomacy is your secret weapon. And it's not about being weak or wishy-washy. Not at all. It's about being smart, being strategic, and getting what you want while keeping your professional relationships strong. So what are we actually talking about here? Well, diplomatic language is really the strategic use of polite, indirect language. And notice the key words. It's about softening your message, not hiding the truth. You're just packaging the information in a way that people can actually hear and respond to, instead of just getting defensive. Think of it like a protective shield for your professional relationships. And these are the moments where this skill is absolutely critical. We're talking about giving bad news, making requests, disagreeing with your boss. I mean, these are the make or break conversations at work. Nailing the language in these situations gives you a massive advantage. All right, let's get down to business. Time to open up the toolbox and give you the specific, practical linguistic tools you need to start building more diplomatic sentences right away. Now, to make this all super easy to remember, we're going to group these techniques into three main buckets. First, we have ways to soften and rephrase. Second, we'll look at how to use your verbs strategically. And third, how to reframe your entire statement. Let's break them down. Our first set of tools are what I call cushion words: softeners and qualifiers. Softeners, like "I'm afraid" or "unfortunately," go right at the beginning of a sentence. They kind of signal to the listener, hey, bad news coming, brace yourself. Qualifiers, on the other hand, are little words you drop in, like "a little" or "one or two," to just dial down the intensity of something negative. And you can see their power right here. We are having problems. Whoa, that sounds like a full-on crisis. But we are having one or two problems. Okay, that feels manageable. Same thing with "the plans are a little bit behind schedule." It's so much less alarming than just saying "behind schedule." You're still being honest about the issue, but you're not causing a pain. Next up in the toolkit, your verbs. This is a subtle one, but it's so powerful. Using modal verbs like could or might instantly makes your request sound less like a demand. And the past continuous tense, like "I was hoping" or "I was thinking," makes your statement sound more tentative, more collaborative, and way less direct. And the difference is just huge. "I want more time" is a demand, plain and simple. But "I could do with more time" is a polite statement of need. "I was hoping we could agree" opens a door for a discussion, while "I hope we can agree" can feel like you're cornering them. It's a total shift in power dynamics. Our third tool is all about changing the frame of the entire sentence. A negative question, for example, is just a brilliant way to turn a direct order into a collaborative suggestion. It gently invites the other person to agree with you, making it feel like a shared idea. This example really shows it perfectly. "We should change the wording." That can sound like you're criticizing their work. But when you reframe it as, "Shouldn't we change the wording?" See what happens? It becomes a question, an invitation. You're asking your colleague to solve the problem with you instead of making them feel like they are the problem. Okay, so you've got the basics down. Now let's level up and talk about a more advanced concept. This is called hedging. and it's how you talk about your opinions and claims with real nuance. So, what on earth is hedging? It's simply using cautious language to show that what you're saying is your perspective, not some absolute indisputable fact. This is so important because it separates your opinion from a fact, and it actually encourages discussion instead of shutting it down. It shows you're being thoughtful. And your hedging toolkit is huge. I mean, look at this. It's not just about saying might or could. You've got adverbs like perhaps, verbs like it seems to suggest, and even nouns like there's a possibility that. Each one of these adds a different, subtle layer of nuance to what you're saying. Okay, time for the grand finale. Let's put everything we've talked about together. We're gonna look at a real-world example that combines a bunch of these techniques into one seriously diplomatic statement. This sentence is just a masterclass. Let's break it down. It kicks off with the softener, I'm afraid. Then it uses that diplomatic rephrasing, haven't been able to get through, instead of the blunt, I couldn't reach them. Finally, it ends with that super polite request using the modal verb, could you, and a qualifier, a little more. It delivers bad news and makes a request, all without creating an ounce of friction. Beautiful. So if you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this. Being diplomatic is not about your personality. It's not something you're born with. It's a technique. These are practical, learnable tools that absolutely anyone can start using to become a much more effective and respected communicator at work. And that's a wrap. But I want to leave you with one final question. Think about a tough conversation you've got coming up this week. Armed with these new tools, how are you going to approach it differently? The power to change that outcome is literally in your hands now. Thanks for joining me.